The moment we have all been waiting for is finally here, and it is going to be explosive. Cain Dingle is stepping back into the fray to protect his wife and take down the village's most dangerous new threat. After Moira uncovers a sickening betrayal involving fake signatures and financial ruin, the gloves are off. But Celia Daniels is not going down without a dirty fight, using Moira's medical history against her in a cruel twist that leaves everyone reeling. Before we dive into the wreckage of this showdown, please take a second to hit that like button and subscribe to Emmerdale today for your daily dose of soap drama. We have to talk about how satisfied we are to see the old Cain Dingle surfacing again. For a while now, viewers have been hoping that he would step in and handle the chaos that has been consuming Moira's life. The situation with Celia Daniels has gone from a promising business opportunity to a complete nightmare, and it seems like the writers are finally giving us the payoff we deserve. You can feel the tension shifting in the village as the battle lines are drawn. This isn't just about a bad business deal anymore. This is about family, and when you come for the Dingles, you better be ready for the consequences. Let's go back to how this mess started, because it really highlights how manipulative Celia has been. Moira has been under immense financial pressure for months. We have seen her struggling to keep things afloat, so when Celia offered her a partnership in the turkey farming venture, it felt like a lifeline. Moira actually let her guard down. She was relieved to see money coming in, and she genuinely thanked Celia for the opportunity. That is what makes this betrayal sting so much more. It wasn't just a scam. It was a violation of trust against someone who was already vulnerable. The house of cards began to crumble with a single phone call from an unhappy customer. It is always the little things that unravel the biggest lies. Moira was confused, and naturally she went to find Celia to get some answers. This led her to Celia's farmhouse, a place she realized she had never actually set foot in before. That detail alone should have been a red flag. When she arrived, the place was deserted. She let herself in, and the state of the house was shocking. It was run down and neglected, not at all the image of success Celia projects. But the real shock came when Moira found a stack of invoices. Imagine the sinking feeling in her stomach as she rifled through those papers. She saw her own signature staring back at her on documents she had never seen before, authorizing sums of money involving thousands of turkeys that she knew nothing about. It became obvious in a split second. Celia had been forging her signature. She was dragging Moira into serious financial crimes, using her good name to cover up a fraudulent operation. The betrayal was absolute. Moira didn't just get angry. She saw red. She stormed straight to the wool pack, and this is where things got incredibly public and incredibly messy. Confronting a manipulator like Celia in public is always a risk, because they know exactly how to play the crowd. Moira slammed the facts on the table, accusing Celia of tampering with the paperwork. But watch how Celia reacted. She didn't panic. She didn't confess. She tried to brush it off as a simple misunderstanding, blaming a client and promising to sort it out. It was gaslighting at its finest. But Moira wasn't having it. She refused to accept the lies, and her fury was growing by the second. Caleb was there at the bar, and even he tried to intervene, urging Moira to calm down. But then Celia played her trump card, and it was a low blow even for a soap villain. She looked at Moira, in front of all their neighbours, and quietly suggested that Moira's outburst might be due to her brain tumour returning. It was calculated cruelty. She used Moira's most terrifying health battle to discredit her sanity. The reaction was instinctual. Enraged by the cruelty of the comment, Moira lashed out and punched her. It was a shocking moment of violence, but you could understand exactly where it came from. The problem is that it played right into Celia's hands. Chaos erupted in the pub. Celia immediately turned on the waterworks, playing the innocent victim who was attacked for no reason while enjoying a quiet drink. The locals gathered around to comfort her, leaving Moira looking like the aggressor. Thankfully, Cain arrived just in time. He didn't waste time arguing with the crowd. He escorted Moira away, getting her out of that toxic environment. Back at the safety of Butler's farm, the reality of the situation set in. Moira admitted to Cain that getting involved with Celia was a huge mistake. She felt foolish and trapped. But this is where Cain shines. He didn't judge her, he agreed, and he brought his own suspicions to the table. He told her that he had never trusted Celia's son, Ray, either. Cain recalled a strange incident involving Marlon. Apparently, there was a claim that Marlon had reversed into Ray's car, but Cain had sensed something off about Ray's behavior at the time. It was suspicious, and Cain's instincts are rarely wrong. This shared suspicion has united them. Cain suggested that they stop playing defense and go on the offense. He proposed that they head over to Celia's farm together the following day and demand straight answers. No more polite business meetings. This is a raid. Moira agreed, making it clear she is done tolerating deceitful backstabbing. She warned Celia to be prepared, but she might not realize just how dangerous Celia truly is. While Cain and Moira are planning their confrontation, we get a glimpse into the villain's mindset. Celia is fuming over the punch, but she is strangely confident. She believes she has the ultimate leverage to silence Moira. In a chilling conversation with Ray, she reminded him that there is a body buried on Moira's land. This changes everything. Celia has tied Moira's name to the fraudulent invoices, and now Moira has assaulted her in public. If Moira goes to the police or causes too much trouble, Celia plans to reveal the location of the body, triggering an investigation that would destroy Moira. It is a darkly brilliant failsafe. However, Celia knows the walls are closing in. She admitted to Ray that things have become messy and told him to prepare to shut everything down and flee the area. But here is the twist that could bring Celia down. Ray is not as obedient as she thinks. We are seeing cracks in their alliance. Earlier that day, Ray ignored her direct instructions. He took Bear to the hospital to get a wound stitched, showing a frantic sort of compassion that doesn't fit with Celia's coldness. He also went against her wishes by visiting Laurel, trying to ask for another chance to rekindle their relationship. Ray is distracted and he is rebelling. With Cain and Moira closing in from one side and Ray pushing back from the inside, Celia's grip on the village is slipping. This storyline is setting up a massive climax. Will Cain and Moira be able to outsmart them before Celia pulls the trigger on her blackmail? Or will the secret of the buried body destroy the Dingles? The stakes have never been higher. Speaking of high stakes and massive soap moments, we have to talk about some exciting news coming from the world of Emmerdale in the real world. Danny Miller, who plays the legendary Cain Dingle, is making headlines again, and it is for a very sweet reason. His wife, Steph, recently shared a public message of pride for her husband as he hints at a major upcoming storyline. Danny Miller has been a staple of the show since 2008. We have watched Cain Dingle grow from a troubled teenager into one of the most complex characters on British television. Away from the drama of the Dales, Danny's life is full of joy. He and Steph recently celebrated the arrival of their third child, a baby boy named Vincent. It is lovely to see them so happy, especially after they shared a beautiful family photo with their newborn and their two older children. But the reason Steph was beaming with pride on social media recently wasn't just the baby. It was because Danny attended a major red carpet event for a very special project. ITV viewers are about to be treated to a crossover event that brings Emmerdale and Coronation Street together. This is a rare occurrence and something that fans of both shows always dream about. The event, dubbed Corrydale by some, will see familiar faces from both soaps uniting for a one-off special. Danny Miller was on the red carpet at the National Science and Media Museum in Bradford to promote this. He was joined by Ryan Hawley, who plays his on-screen partner Robert Sugden. Seeing Robron actors together again is enough to send the fanbase into a frenzy. Danny took to Instagram to share his excitement, calling the screening an unforgettable experience and teasing that fans are in for something truly special. Steph left a comment underneath his post saying she was proud of him, complete with a heart emoji. It is heartwarming to see that support system. Danny opened up about how thrilled he was to be involved in the crossover. He mentioned that growing up in Manchester, Coronation Street was a huge part of his life, just like Emmerdale. Bringing the two worlds together felt like a brilliant idea to him. He admitted that the night shoots were intense, especially while juggling a newborn and family life, but he said it was a lot of fun working with the Coronation Street cast and crew. He teased that viewers can expect something unforgettable. The special episode is set to air in January, and knowing Danny Miller, he is going to deliver a powerhouse performance. It is fascinating to see these actors who give us so much drama on screen living such happy, supportive lives off screen. It grounds the show for us. So, we have a lot to look forward to. We have the immediate gritty danger of Cain and Moira taking on Celia and Ray. That storyline feels like classic Emmerdale. Dark, tense, and full of secrets buried in the mud. The threat of the body being discovered adds a ticking clock element that makes every scene feel urgent. And then, on the horizon, we have this massive crossover event that promises to be a celebration of everything we love about soaps. It is a great time to be an Emmerdale fan. The writers are clearly ramping up the tension as we head into the new year. We will be watching closely to see if Ray betrays Celia, or if Cain has to get his hands dirty to save Moira from prison. What do you think will happen? Will Celia escape, or is her downfall finally here? Let us know your theories in the comments below. We love reading what you have to say.